it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? Hey, you there, girl, over on the dance floor. Look right down, like you never did before. Hey, you there, girl, over on the dance floor. Drop it right down, like you never did before. You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? She wants to be the queen of the dance floor. She wants to be the queen of the dance floor. She doing moves that no one has ever seen before. She comes from out of town. She knows how to drop it right down. Want it, got it. Drop it right down. You want it, got it. How does it sound? You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? Hey, you there, girl, over on the dance floor. Drop it right down, like you never did before. Hey, you there, girl, over on the dance floor. Drop it right down, like you never did before. You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. How does it sound? You want it, you got it. Drop it right down. You want it, you got it. Yes, I hope you're all enjoying this in your living room, wherever you are. Here in Australia, across the world. So I cry until I make myself sick, till my head it aches and my feet won't kick. But I'll pull myself out of the dirt, shake my shoes and baby fix my shirt. And don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll get up and get on with it. So don't worry, I'll be good. I'll get up and get on with it. But my eyes are just heavy with talk, heavy with talk. Can't talk about it. And my hands are just tired of time, tired of time, slipping out of them. And I try but I cannot hold these intangible things. All of my might, all of my might would not be strong enough to change anything, change anything, change anything. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll get up and get on with it. So don't worry, I'll be good. I'll get up and get on with it. So now go, leave me alone. Shut the door, don't leave the light on. And just wrap me up so tight that the morning light won't find me out. And don't worry, I'll be fine. I'll get up and get on with it. So don't worry, I'll be good. I'll get up and get on with it. So don't worry, I'll be fine.
I just have to laugh. Greetings, humans from the planet Earth, and welcome to episode 19. That is 19 of the Kitchen Sessions. I'm Ros Papalato, a little bit in the wars, but thank you for being with me no matter what. And before we go any further, I would sincerely like to acknowledge the country upon which we work, upon which we live on, and upon which we create. We acknowledge that this country will always belong to the traditional owners, and we pay our respects to those elders past, present, and future. So, well, everyone, what has happened this week? Goodness gracious, what has been going on this week? I hope you're all wearing your masks. Can someone throw me a mask? Throw me my shawl. Throw me my shawl. I got to wear a mask. You got to be safe. Thank you. It's my mask. I don't know if you can. No. Come on. So much has been happening in Australia. Lots of naughty people have been trying to get into Queensland. And I don't blame you. But no, we're not letting you in because we have just closed our borders to 1, 2, 3 of you. But that's okay because you'll be safe down there and we'll be safe up here. So I'm not sure what you think about that, but up here it is beautiful. The weather is fine. We only wear our cardigans or our shawls or our wraps 1 week of the entire year. And we are saving the arts one stream at a time. The stream team, that's what we are, aren't you all? The stream team. Karen, T-shirts, please. Yes, the stream team. We truly all hope that you are doing the right thing. You are safe with your families, wherever you are, in the whole entire world, because it means a lot to us that you are keeping safe, and we're going to kick this damn thing. We're kicking it. So, talking about kicking, what a segue. I was just playing a little spot of football this afternoon because I'm such a sporty kind of gal. And I did my knee in, everyone, did my knee in. Look at that, that's why I'm sitting down. A little bit of knee. Oh, that's a bit of leg action. Sorry about that. I don't know which camera to go to. See, a little bit of knee. But, you know, we don't have Thank you. We don't have Band-Aids or anything in Queensland. We don't have surgical equipment. So look, if you're playing football, just be ting. If you're playing football, just be careful because you might do your knee in. Anyway, apparently it's legal. Tonight on the show, everyone, tonight on the show, look, I want you to imagine that we're all off to a gorgeous overseas location. You're all on that holiday that you booked 6 months ago or a year and a half ago, and you never got to go on because you're going on that holiday with us right now with the stream team. We are going where the weather is always fine, where the wine is delicious, where the food is served to you in little tapas plates and the men are hot. Did I say that? Yeah, the men are hot. Sorry. Los Caracoles. They're from they're from Cairns. They live in Cairns. They live in Mossman. Google that. Ting, Mossman. They live in Mossman, which is about 45 minutes north of here. Google it. It's gorgeous. And these people are one of the heartbloods and the heartbeats of our amazing little community. They're spinning the Latino vibes for us tonight, audience. They have been touring for years. They've been writing. I've got a stack of CDs from them that are all their own beautiful compositions. I'm sure they're all their own beautiful compositions. Yeah. Wow. What talent. A stack that thick. I even believe that there might be a little pop-in from a Buena Vista Social Club performer. What? Someone get the pen and paper because I need an autograph. So our visual arts pop-in tonight is something a little bit different for you. This week I visited the astounding and astonishing Megan Card, who has for the last 20 years or so managed an iconic vintage and pre-loved store in our town called the Cracker Box Palace. So when you're an artist, it doesn't matter if you're painting or you're drawing or you're sculpting or you're writing or you're a musician, it's what comes out of your mind and it's a visualization of that. So this woman is not an artist in the normal sense of the word, but how she puts this amazing store together, and it's just incredible. You're going to love it. There's everything from the kitchen sink to a fridge that should really be in our set, little pink fridge. So I'm going to go and buy a pink fridge tomorrow. Is that okay? Going to go and buy a pink fridge. Sam said, sure. You're going to love her. She's amazing, and the shop is beautiful. So just get right into it. Oh, so, we had another awful trip to Port Douglas. Awful. Oh, who wants to go to Port Douglas? Shocking. Actually, it's not. It is the most amazingly, I was going to say best kept secret, but it's not a best kept secret, is it really? Everyone knows about Port Douglas, right? And no one knows about Cairns. Who cares about Cairns? It's Port Douglas. That's where all the action is happening. Oh, yeah. So we went up to Port Douglas again to visit the most amazing tapas place I have ever been in Australia. A couple of years ago, I went to Portugal. I went to Barcelona, and it was amazing. You can't get better than that. But this little place, Sea Bean Tapas Restaurant, the vibes are yummy. The barmen are hot. Did I say what's going on with me today? What's going on? Something is wrong with me. I'm talking about hot men a lot. Anyway, let's move on. The food comes at you in divine little platters of scrumptious delight. So Sea Bean Tapas Restaurant in Port Douglas. Oh, so good. And Frank. Our man, Frank D'Angelico, the wine guy. I think we're going Spanish tonight, and why not? The best wine, the best food, the best band. You're going to love it. You're in for a treat. So why don't you do this? Why don't you turn up the heat? Why don't you put on your singlet, take off your cardigan? Why don't you put on your thongs? I got no shoes. No shoes today. No shoes. And here we go, right? Here we go. So donate. If you can donate, we'd really, really appreciate it because we really would love you too. And we have loved you in the last 19 weeks. We've loved every minute of having you here. If you can donate to the arts in our community and indeed the entire country, we would so appreciate it. And the band would. These guys have had a whole bunch of festivals cancelled on them, of course, and that's going to continue, I suspect. If you can donate by heading to the Kitchen Sessions Facebook page, anything, $2, $2.50, $5, $50, $100, it means so much to us. And with the funds, we support the local artist who is featured every week. So let's just get into it. If you have just tuned in and you're late and you've been pouring your glass of Spanish wine or dipping into your olives and your little bit of kind of Spanish tapas affair, this is the Kitchen Sessions. My name is Ros Papalato and this is episode 19 of this crazy little monster that we have developed. We developed about, I don't even know. It was months and months ago. Feels like years ago. We love it. What can I say about Los Caracoles? Oh my gosh, these guys are real life. They're exciting. I think they're a little bit famous. The world, they treat the world like their oyster. They're amazing. So let's not muck around anymore. Let's get to the kitchen stage. Los Caracoles, here they come. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ra-da-da-da-da-da. Yo. Don't trip, be careful. Da-da-da-da, yeah. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I don't want to sit and make sure I've gotten my back to nobody. Yeah. Hello, everybody. How are we all going?
Hola.
Hola, everyone. Hola. Everyone say hola. Is everyone waving and saying hola or hello in your own language? Hey, hello. Well, who have we got here tonight? Let's just go around and say hello to everyone, okay? Let's just go around. Angela, this is Angela, everybody. This is Angela Zamataro.
Buonasera.
Buonasera. Sì, grazie. How are you? I think before we start, we should actually introduce the band, don't you think? So, Angela, would you like to do the honours here? Who have we got here, Angela? Angela?
Nasser Salimi.
Nasser Salimi. Hello. Can you see him above me and over me? He's on the beautiful sparkly little number over here. Oh, hello. Nice green shirt. It's working. Otherwise, if you'd worn your white shirt, yes, you would have blended right into the fridge. Not a good look. Who else do we have here, Angela?
Nigel Pereira.
Nigel has been one of our most biggest fans of the last 19 weeks. You have been donating and watching, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's great what you're doing.
Do you think so?
I think it's fantastic, yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that he thinks it's fantastic? Great. We love you. I'm just going to sit back down. Sorry.
I love you too.
At least someone does. It's all right. Who have we got? Who else have we got here? We got
Juan Pablo Ruiz Sierra.
Juan Pablo Ruiz Sierra. Luis Sierra. Oh, what a name. It just rolls off your tongue.
From Colombia.
Colombia. What are you doing here? What are you doing in Cairns, mate? What are you doing in Cairns? He loves it. Oh my God, I love it. I love it when bands don't give their musicians microphones because we don't have that much set in our kitchen. And who else do we have here? La 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 la.
Segundo Nitor. He's the boss man.
He's the boss man. Oh, Segundo, you're beautiful. From Mosman. So it sounds like a lot of you all have come from different countries.
Yes.
So is that correct? You're all from different.
That's true. Well,
You got to speak into the microphone.
Nasser's from a number of countries.
A number of countries. So we've got the map. We've got the map going on
Speaks
here.
about 6 languages.
6 languages. Oh my goodness. And so Nasser's from lots of countries.
From France. France is your man.
Oh my God.
France.
That's amazing. The things that we do. We got Colombia, we got Chile. Nigel, where are you from? Sri Lanka. And what about yourself, Angela?
I was born in Sicily.
Sicilia. Angela Zamataro.
Sorella. Sicilia. Whereabouts in Sicily are you born?
Catania.
Oh my God, Catania. My mother's from Catania. Oh my goodness. Here we go. This is on. We are on tonight, aren't we? So what brings you together as an amazing band? You guys have been doing this in Cairns for how long now?
23 odd years.
23.
Started in Mossman. We were born in Mossman.
Los Caracoles was born in Mossman.
Yeah.
So how did you meet in Mossman? What are you guys doing in Mossman that you all come together from these different rich heritage?
No, Segundo and I, he's from Chile. Right?
Chile,
He was
yes.
born in Chile. So we met in Melbourne in a Chilean choir. And
Love can just happen anywhere, can't it?
and then we decided to come up here for a few years, and this is
23 years
23
later.
years later.
Fan. Shit. You hear that, boys? Segundo, follow Angela. See? Take a leaf out of his book, right? Good. Yeah, call me. Anyway.
Because I was brought up in Mossman.
You were brought up in
that's-
Mossman. Fantastic.
Then-
Like
then
a
I
good
left.
Italian girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I was brought up in Mina Creek.
Oh, yes.
Good at Siciliana.
Same.
So 23 years you guys have been playing, and you guys are the heartbeat
Well,
of
we're
the
the
band.
Ma and Pa.
The Ma and Pa.
The Ma and Pa. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And then we've got all the boys down south in Melbourne.
Well, what you don't know, and when we can get the boys back up here, when the borders open, and we're not relegated to stage 4 lockdown in Melbourne, Angela and Segundo have 2 sons down south, one son down south, and they are all living together in a band called the Montgomery Brothers.
Yeah, now they're called Izzy. They changed their name.
Well, they're trying. These things change. So they are fantastic. So we'll have the Montgomery Brothers here as soon as we can. So 23 years, and give me give me a couple of highlights of those 23 years. I can't even imagine what you've done in that time.
I reckon one of the highlights is in 1997 we had our first public performance, just Segundo and I.
See?
And it was in Coranda at the stage there at the big... Yeah.
Beautiful Coranda
and
stage.
It was called Fun in the Shade.
Fun in the
those days.
Shade.
So prior to that it had been Fun in the Sun, and then that wasn't cool anymore because of the sun.
Well, the sun's going to...
sunstroke. Then they called it Fun in the Shade.
Yeah.
So we played at Fun in the Shade in Coranda in 1997.
And that was your first sort of public outing as Los Caracoles.
Outing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that must have been,
And now I believe it's Cairns Festival.
Is it
I'm sure
Cairns
it's
Festival?
The same thing,
Oh.
which I think you'd be quite familiar with.
Maybe. So have you taken this band overseas? Or
Yeah, we've been to Chile a couple of times.
Yeah, fantastic. And how are you received in Chile? Coming from an Australian kind of context, what's that all about?
Well, it's pretty good because they understand what we're saying. So when it's pretty scary actually. We played in a couple of times in Segundo's hometown.
Where is that?
In
Rio Negro.
Rio Negro.
Rio Negro. Sounds amazing. Black River. See. And is there good tapas there?
Tapas is from Spain.
All right, I give up. I shouldn't have gotten up this morning. I should have stayed in bed.
We have empanada.
Empanada, see.
Fish, meat pie.
Meat pie. See, I know empanada. Don't worry. Cope kilos. Not going anywhere.
So it's scary because we play there in the town hall, and here when we play, people get up and dance straight away. There, they all sit down. Everybody sits down in this, and they listen to everything, and it's terrifying. You can't miss a note.
You can't hide behind dancing, right? Yeah. Ting.
Absolutely.
Lucky. Well, you're going to have to get used to it because there's no dancing allowed at the moment in Australia, but
We can dance at home.
you can dance at home. Hey, that's what you should do. You should turn this up. You should take your high heels off. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a pair of high heels that are thrown away up there because you can't play football in high heels, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Otherwise, you might end up with a little bit of a knee like this. So, let's hear it. Let's hear 3 amazing songs from this amazing band. You don't have to understand the language. You just have to move. You just have to move and feel it in your soul. Los Caracoles, let's hear it.
Esa orilla se quedó sin humedad. Ya no hay río, solo roca y se queda. Esa orilla se quedó sin humedad. Ya no hay río, solo roca se queda. La raíz de aquella flora se murió. Ser humano con su mano la mató. La raíz de aquella flora se murió. Ser humano, inhumano, la mató. Y los ojos de la madre que miran sienten miedo del futuro que vendrá. Y los ojos de las madres que miran sienten miedo del futuro que vendrá. La raíz de aquella flora se murió. Ser humano con su mano la mató. La raíz de aquella flora se murió. Ser humano, inhumano, la mató. Vamos gente que la tierra hay que cuidar. Vamos gente, agua y tierra hay que cuidar. Vamos gente que la tierra hay que cuidar. Vamos gente, agua y tierra hay que cuidar. Vamos gente que la tierra que cuida. This song is in relation of to look after all the rivers in the planet, our planet, because everybody knows in some country already many ríos están secos, they're dry, and we have to look after our planet. That's it.
And the next song is called Cecilia. It's in English as well, so you'll understand it. But it's actually about a young girl called Cecilia. It's a true story about a young girl who had to leave Chile when she was 7 years old because of the dictatorship, and she couldn't understand why. So she literally went out kicking and screaming, this young girl. And it's also related to what's happening in our country with people who are seeking refuge and are, well, imprisoned, actually. understand why you were banished to a far-off land. The warm, familiar voices left behind, replaced by prison of another kind. Oh, Cecilia, don't you cry. Summer's coming home to you. All your winters will be kind, like the tropic sun in June. Your life will be a melody. All your songs will be in tune, like a bird upon the wing, heralding a brand new spring. We all find it hard to understand how children can be prisoners in our land, prisoners of poverty and strife. Can't we share the abundance of our life? Oh, Cecilia, don't you cry. Summer's coming home to you. All your winters will be kind, like the tropic sun in June. Your life will be a melody. All your songs will be in tune, like a bird upon the wing, heralding a brand new spring. Oh, Cecilia, no llores, el verano llegará, tus inviernos estarán con el suave sol tropical. Tu vida será melodía, tus canciones armonía, como el pájaro libre, saludando la primavera. The next song,
Trumby,
Trumby. Now,
my
Ross,
friend.
we love your love song about your dog.
I know you love dog.
Yeah, we
I love
really-
dog too.
We really love that song. So we have, well, Segundo has had a special dog called Trumby. Trumby wasn't our dog; it was one of the neighbours' dog. He lived right way up the hill, but he used to come and visit Segundo every evening, and Segundo was just totally in love with him because we can't have a dog where we are. And because I was working in Cairns at the time, so he was home alone. So Trumby just kept him company every night. And when we played music, he'd just sit on the doorstep and listen. And
This is very, very special because the only time when Trumby was okay to come into the house was when Montgomery Ballard and Caracoles had rehearsal in Mossman. And all the boys say, come on, Tramby, you can stay here, come to listen music.
Yeah,
And
because
Tramby
otherwise,
was there, saying, sit down there.
otherwise he wasn't allowed to come in the house if I was there. But
All right. And he passed away, sorry.
yeah, he did. He died. He died a couple of weeks ago. But we're very grateful to the owners who let us share him. He was a lovely dog. So here's our love song.
Rambi, siempre adelante. Rambi, compañero. Rambi, perrito bueno. Rambi, caminante. Rambi, siempre adelante. Siéntate nomás, siente la canción, Rambi con amor. Venga para acá, siéntate nomás, siente la canción, Rambi con amor. Rambi no ha llegado, Rambi está cansado, Rambi se ha enfermado, Rambi es un porfiado, Rambi no ha llegado, Rambi está cansado. Siéntate nomás, siente la canción, Rambi con amor. Venga para acá, siéntate nomás, siente la canción, Rambi con amor.
Oh my God, that's a people's songs about their dogs. I don't know.
I love this part because it can be here in the screen.
He liked that note?
No, that's what his growl.
Oh, that's his growl. Oh, my God. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Fantastic. I love it. I love it when songwriters from all different nationalities and all different walks of life, they still write about things they love. You know, that's what we do. We write about things we love. We make music about things we love. And that is why we are here. The Stream team are here presenting things we love, which are people like you making amazing music from all different cultures and all different walks of life. So if you can donate, we would really, really appreciate it, because the donations go to our artists each week, and it just gives them that little bit of extra verve and love from the community to them. Each week, the pop-in. Each week, we invite a local visual artist from our region to show us around their studios and give us a peek into what they're doing and what's coming up next for them. But this week, we decided to do a pop-in with a difference. And you'll never believe who I ran into at the end of the pop-in. So you'll see that. You'll see that in a minute. But Cracker Palace is an iconic location in Cairns. And if you ever do come to Cairns, make sure you get in the car and you drive up Sheridan Street on your way past or to the airport, and you will see this amazing little shop, Cracker Palace. Megan Card is the owner and proprietor and the visionary of Cracker Palace. She lives above this amazing place, which is filled with incredible vintage bits and pieces, loved and pre-loved and soon to be loved. Her artistry just drips from every nook and cranny. You got mannequins, you got dress-ups. Hell, she's even got the bathroom sink. Here is Megan from Cracker Palace, and a palace it is. Here we are at Cracker Palace, one of the iconic locations of Cairns, beautiful vintage store, run by the incredible, the amazing Megan Card. So you're going to take us through this amazing shop, and show us the beautiful artwork, which is not really the artwork that Megan creates, but her visual expertise in putting together such an amazing store. You're going to take us through, Doorbitch? Come on, let's go. What about this beautiful cabinet right here? Do you know much about this fabulous cabinet?
I've had that since.
I'm just going to move around here.
That one.
Which one? Which one are you looking at?
The kidney-shaped one.
The kidney-shaped cabinet.
Is it kidney? Sorry, it's not kidney. They call it the keyhole cabinet.
Keyhole cabinet.
1950s.
Right. So when did you pick that up?
I actually got it from my sister. My sister gave it to me. As I think we swapped something, and I swore I'd never sell it, and I never have.
It's beautiful. And what's the fabric on the outside of it? Is it a fabric? It's a vinyl. Fantastic. What else? Oh, yes, let's go to the back. That back cabinet there. What is that beautiful back cabinet with that wonderful shag on it?
It's a cocktail cabinet. This I purchased off someone years ago too, but I can't sell it as well.
Oh, you can't sell it?
Because,
So what's in there, darling? Is that cocktail hour?
More stuff.
Can I have a look?
No.
No.
Secret stuff.
Where did you ever find a cabinet like that with a bunch of shag on it?
I get people that come in and they go, oh, that's something you love, and that's what happened. It
So
came
you-
out of town. It came out of an office in Travel Town. Remember Travel Town? We're in Abbott Street, I think it is. Yeah.
Right. That's.
It weighed a ton. We had to get it down the stairs.
Oh my God, I can imagine. What have we got here?
Isn't that spectacular?
That's like a. I'm just going to move back a little bit so I get it all in. That is like a dressing room table.
It actually comes out of a bathroom.
Oh my God, that is actually a bathroom sink.
all plastic. Very brown.
Wow.
Very 70s.
Very 70s. Where did you ever find this?
Came out of a house. A lady rang me about it. She was doing a bathroom out in a house in Whitfield, I think she said.
In Whitfield.
So it would have come out of one of the mid-century homes up
Yep.
there.
Yep.
She would have loved to kept it, but she said it just was just too hard.
Too hard. So is that a piece of work that you will sell?
Yes, it's for sale.
It's for sale? Fantastic. Well, I think that is fabulous, darling. Just fabulous.
Yes. Most things are for sale.
That most things are for sale.
All the little things are for sale.
What do you think, darling? Are you for sale?
She's not for sale, but she'll sell her beads.
She'll sell her beads.
She'll sell her top. She'll sell everything she's wearing. Walk right through the shop. and
Let's
change
walk
as
right
you
through it. Oh, okay. So what have we got in this gorgeous little segment
go. This is the
here?
homeware section.
This is the homeware section. Oh my God.
It had its moments, this section. It's not that fab at the moment.
When you say have its moments,
Well,
what do you
it all
mean?
depends on the stock.
Oh,
They have it in
okay.
stock, yeah.
What's coming through?
It's my albums there.
Your albums? They're not for sale.
But I do have a vinyl room.
Oh, well, let's go and look at the vinyl room in a moment. Does this lamp work? Yes, it does. Could be mine. Let's keep going. So this is the clothing section.
Boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
Eclectic mix.
Well, I love those togs up there.
Yeah.
So where do you... It is an eclectic mix. You've got the
Yeah.
beads, you've got the bags, you've got the shoes.
Mostly vintage, but all pre-loved.
Pre-loved. So, pre-loved. So people
It's got to be
drop in their clothes
yeah.
to you.
Yeah, but I don't take everything because I haven't got the space.
You haven't got the space. So how do you select what it is that you take and you leave?
Well, usually have to like it.
Okay.
So if I like it, it's great.
Yep.
I love it, I should say, and if it's saleable, I guess. But
Yep.
it's usually boils down to the fact that I love it, because I have trouble selling things that I don't
That
like.
you don't like, yeah. So there's some gorgeous male boys, yeah, shirts there.
He doesn't talk either.
You're just a little bit quiet, hey hun?
Shy boy.
He's a shy boy, just like his mum. So all the kind of, you know.
Go through there.
Oh my God, there's more.
This is the room.
Oh, this is the room.
You
This
go
is
to the green room first. I call it the green room.
Oh, tell me about the
For obvious
green room. Oh, well, it is an obvious hiss and ties. Uh-oh. I love that too. So,
It's a strange room, that one. It sort of leads one room into another, into the other.
into the outdoor area.
Yeah, it's not very waterproof, so
No.
I have to be careful about what I put in the green room.
Oh, I see. But now showing. Ta-da! What is this room?
The vinyl room,
Oh, this is the vinyl room, is it, mate? What's your name?
I vinyl and books, but
Yeah.
mainly vinyl. I love the vinyl. Vinyl's a big part of my business these days.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, I play it and shop. I love it.
Yeah.
I have jazz, 60s jazz.
60s jazz.
Girls down here.
Nina Hagen, Patti Smith Horses. Oh, what a record.
Yeah, it's a
Amen. Amen.
And then you wrap yourself around there. A small selection of
Little
chosen books.
Little book nook.
Yeah.
There's your Harry Potters. Consuming Passions.
These are interesting. These ones behind you.
Let's have a little looky.
I love them.
Oh, wow, yes. A little bit of that kind of,
Dust covers on those.
yeah, totally. Beautiful. What else do we have over this side? Oh,
Big section of records here.
this is the record section. What have we got? And where do you collect these from, Megan?
Well, in this sort of, wherever I can.
Do people bring them in? Do you?
A lot of people bring things into me these days, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to go looking. I have scouts.
Oh, huh?
It's hard to get out of the shop myself. But
I guess it would be.
comics, yeah.
Yeah.
Less than I thought, but
Yep.
that's okay.
And there's your pink doors.
Yeah, painted room pink went in lockdown.
In lockdown. Did you, love?
Yeah.
Did you help?
Something.
Did you help Megan with the lockdown painting? She seems a bit, you know.
That's the garden through
She's.
there.
So what happens in the? This is your personal garden.
Yes.
Okay.
And you go through I call this my more stuff room.
As in over here.
Yeah,
Oh my
more
God,
stuff.
there is more stuff.
It's just stuff I put aside and put out slowly or not put out at all.
Oh my God.
I just don't know what to do with everything, so, A lot of people like this room. I used to have it closed.
Yep.
Like, just private, but
Yep.
everyone thinks they're getting a bargain in there, which
They
they
do.
probably might be, so I let them through now.
We're going to walk back through. There's Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. There's Megan. Hi, Megan. Back through the green room, back through the clothes room, back through the homewares section. Hello, homewares section.
Great selection of posters here.
Let's have a look at the posters.
Yeah. Anything from the Melting Man to the Rising Titanic.
Wow.
everything.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I love the Robin Baker's work, those.
Okay.
I do like the art. When I was first doing Caracoles, I had a lot of more art. This trouble.
Okay.
Who comes to this shop?
Guess. Wine time with Frank, ladies and gentlemen.
This is no
Da
setup.
da 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 da. That was not set up, ladies and gentlemen. This was wine time with Frank. He's buying his wife a birthday present from Megan. Megan, would you like to just say a quick goodbye? Oh no, actually maybe the lady behind you could say a quick goodbye on behalf of you.
Hi, my name's Jemima. Thanks everyone out there in the world. Thanks Megan. Thanks Rosie Pamalado at the Kitchen Sessions. I've just had a tremendous time just hanging around voguing, having a lovely time here. Thank you all.
Thanks Jemima, and thanks Megan,
Oh, thank you.
and thanks Frank. We'll see you soon with a glass of wine in
real
your hand.
Hey, thanks, Megan from Crackerbox Palace. You should get down there. It's lovely to have beautiful things in this time of virus. And when the sun rises over the ocean, scintillating diamonds dance for joy. And when the moon rises over the ocean, illuminates the tops upon the waves. E quando scendono vengo pomare, ballano di amore le scintillante. E quando scinalo vengo pomare, allora ciuffa di vengo pomare. She's the poet, she's so lovely, makes the sea rhyme with the sky. Tropical fantasy makes the sea rhyme with the sky. Il poeta, la più bella, fa rimare cielo e mare. Fantasia tropicale, fa rimare cielo e mare. And when the coral sea swallows the sand, the forest and the waves embrace for joy. And when the mist rises from the ocean, it plays a ring around around the mountain. E quando il mare si ghiaccia l'arena, s'abbracciano le culle onde. E quando è la neve via la fugna, si fa il giradone, torna a montagna. what that song's about, yeah? It's about here. It's about our beautiful region. The sea, the sky, the trees. And it's actually dedicated to a friend of ours who's a poet and a writer and a teacher. So she's the tropical poet. So it's a celebration of the jewels of friendship and the jewels that we have here in our environment. The next song is called Pollution.
Yo no sé qué voy a hacer para evitar la frustración. Yo no sé qué voy a hacer para evitar la frustración. Viene por resolver esto de la polución. Viene por resolver esto de la polución. ¡Epa! Yo quiero apreciar la luz natural como nació. Yo quiero apreciar la luz natural como nació. El aroma del jardín, la noche y su resplandor. El aroma del jardín, la noche y su resplandor. ¡Ea! ¡Vale, no sé! Esa chica en su juventud me enseñó a cuidar mi salud. Esa chica en su 22 opinaba mejor que yo. Esa chica en su juventud me enseñó a cuidar mi salud. Esa chica en su 22 opinaba mejor que yo. Vamos, Juanpa, con Colombia. ¡Hola, María! Una voz de exclamación vino del fondo del mar. Una voz de exclamación vino del fondo del mar. Fue la diosa azul del bien defendiéndose del mal. Fue la diosa azul del bien defendiéndose del mal. Ay, no. You like pollution? No. You like pollution? No. la civilización se pregunta dónde va. Y la civilización se pregunta dónde va. ¿Cuánto podrá tolerar polución de la ciudad? ¿Cuánto podrá tolerar polución de la ciudad? Esa chica en su juventud me enseñó a cuidar mi salud. Esa chica en su 22 opinaba mejor que yo. Esa chica en su juventud me enseñó a cuidar mi salud. Esa chica en su 22 opinaba mejor que yo. Gracias. Thank you.
The next song is a love song, a lovey-dovey song. It says, woman, I love you so much. You're a forest of flowers, and, and I take refuge there in your love. It's a wahira.
The jungle. Vale, campesina. Qué linda. Nos vamos al piano. Te amo tanto, mujer. Eres una inspiración. Eres un bosque de flor donde me cobijo sintiendo tu amor. Donde me cobijo sintiendo tu amor. yo no podría concebir que venga la adversidad, creando sombra y dolor, y las flores todas pierdan su esplendor, y las flores todas pierdan su esplendor.
Was brilliant. I love it. I love how you guys can go from sweeping ballad to getting old. Did you hear that? Crunch. I want you to. What is this thing going on here, Segundo? Show me. Can you see this wonderful contraption on the floor? Someone. What is this going on here? Dunk, 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 dunk.
It's a bell.
It's a bell. It's a foot cowbell thing with other things.
Shaker.
A shaker and a tambourine. Did you make that, Segundo?
No.
No. I bought it from a shop.
Yeah, from the music shop.
You bought it from a music. So you can buy things like
Music
that.
City.
Music City, ladies and gentlemen. Get on down to Music City and you'll be able to find yourself one of those things. Why don't you guys have a little bit of a break for a little minute? Go and have a little sit or, I don't know. You can have a little rest for a minute. We're going to do another package here. So give them a clap, everyone. Weren't they aren't they fabulous? And you're going to hear more from them. And I want you to turn your volumes up when they come back because I tell you, they are rocking and a rolling. Thanks, Nigel. Thanks, sorry for giving you trauma earlier. Lots has happened since we got into the studio this afternoon, everyone, but it's okay. We're fine. You might have seen earlier that we were with Megan Card in Crackerbox Palace hanging out. And then who walked in but my brother, Frank D'Angelico, looking for a present for his wife for her birthday, which was yesterday. And look, here he is again, Frank! Da, 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 da. Ciao, ciao, ciao. We're not going to do it twice in one day. You can take that. There's a little bit of the sting there for you.
Twice in one day, Roz.
I know. It's look, in the same shirt.
In the same shirt, just to prove it was the same day.
Just to prove it was.
It was the same day.
Absolutely was the same day.
How good are these guys? Oh my goodness.
Don't you want to get on a plane?
I'd like
If
to
only you
audition.
could get on a plane.
I've always loved this style of music, but
What are you doing?
I think you're missing a hand clapper. You know, there's always a guy that
Come on, let's do it. And he's got such lovely hairs.
There's silence out there. I think
I want to do this. No,
you'll call me. Yeah.
No, can you do that again?
I know it's Spanish.
Do
but,
that
you know.
again, because I'd like to do this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Woo!
I think they said don't call us.
No, we'll call you.
We'll call you.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time
Thank
I've
you.
been rejected from an audition. Not the first time, and
Not
won't
the
be
first
the
time.
last.
Certainly won't be the last. Definitely not.
Talking about auditions,
Yes.
How are you going? I hear that you're doing a little bit of an opera.
Oh,
a little
just
bit
a
of an
little bit.
opera.
Yes, a little bit of opera.
We might want to hear a little bit of Frank singing in a Are you warm?
Eh,
Can you sing?
About that, Ros. How about we try for another week for that?
Another
one?
week
Yeah,
for
another
singing.
week for
You're
that
not,
one.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Frank is actually an opera singer, everyone. So that's how we actually met.
It is. It is how we met. And yes, I do dabble in a little bit of opera.
He does.
My heritage is Italian, and my father was a great opera lover. And it runs deep in my veins. And a few years ago, the wonderful folks from Opera Queensland said, "Hey, we've got this idea. We're going to tour. We're going to tour throughout Queensland, and we're going to tour all these amazing towns and cities. And instead of taking the choir with us, we're going to choose a chorus and choir from each town that we visit." So consequently, through Rocky, Mackay, Townsville, and Cairns, 30 of us from each town usually end up in the opera production. The last one that was a couple of years ago was Project GNS, which was Project Gilbert and Sullivan.
Oh, Gilbert, and that's what
and
you...
that was
I thought
Ruddy
it was
Gore.
gin
Yeah.
and soda.
Gin and soda, yeah. And a couple of years before that, here and for the opening of Munro Mountain
That's
Park
right.
was the Barber of Seville.
And Frank was star of the opera chorus.
I don't know about star.
You
but
were.
I
You
don't
were.
know
So
about star.
we
Yeah.
might warm you up next
So,
week. We'll
yeah,
warm you up
there's-
next week.
There's another one happening. One of the gigs that one of the many thousands of gigs that was cancelled was Tosca, which was due to be played here at CPAC. Next week.
Next week.
So anyway, the wonderful folks at Opera Queensland have put together an online package.
We should
we're all
get them
going
in.
to do. We should get them in.
We're
And
going
all
to stream
do
them in. We got the stream team.
our little bit online, and so we'll still get to sing our Latin chorus for Tosca, which was an amazing production.
perfect.
And fingers crossed they'll still end up touring it at some point.
Next year's another year.
Next year's another
Yeah,
year.
forget 2020.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
Forget it.
What do you got for us tonight?
Well, Rosie, as always, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to dip into my bag of tricks here.
There are so many Italians in this room. I feel like we're a soccer team.
Now, where can I close up, Sam? Which one?
A
That
winning
one?
soccer team. What have we
Okay.
got? What have we got? What have we got?
So, in keeping, and I know that band is from all over the world.
Do you need glasses?
And the restaurant that we're going to specialises in tapas. So in keeping with that, and a lot of what we do, apart from Australian wines, are great wines from all over the world. So in keeping with the language theme and the food theme, I've actually got a couple of wines from Spain tonight. So this one broke all the rules for me, because many years ago I worked with this very pompous man, very pompous English man, who said, "Young man, there are two things you must always avoid in life." And he said, the first one is revolving restaurants, and the second one is anything that comes in a blue bottle. And when I was presented this wine saying, "Hey, you guys should really sell this wine," it came in a blue bottle. So
Is that
it
a
took
blue
me-
bottle?
It is a blue bottle. It is actually a blue bottle. And you'll see as we drink a little bit
like
of
a
it, you'll see.
jellyfish.
So yeah, this is actually the national white wine of Spain. This is Albarino, which is the variety. Albarino.
Yes,
And this is a little bit old school, and I've had to dig deep
Oh,
for my beloved old
Who
Bollinger.
has a corkscrew anymore?
Bollinger corkscrew.
What?
Which I've had for many, many years, and I think I worked out I've opened about 20,000 bottles with this
No.
particular opener.
I
so
don't
I've had to
have
go
one.
old school.
I'd have to open it with
And
a
it's
hairbrush.
not fizzy, so we're not going to, hopefully won't stain the
Do we need to
floor
get
or step on
Via-
Segundo's guitar in
Bicchiere?
the process. Yeah, let's have some glassware,
Bicchiere?
if you wouldn't mind. But this actually comes from the northwest region of Spain.
Sam? Sam's
and
on. Sam's
it's
on.
called, and it's such a beautiful name, and I hope I pronounced it right. I do speak Italian, but my Spanish is a little rusty. But it's called Gotas del Mar, which
Gotas.
means drops of the sea. Oh. Now, what's not to love about that?
Here's Sam. Here's Sam. Give everyone.
See that?
Fortunately,
Still
I've got a
Still
I've got a
it,
football injury, so I can't
yeah. A
walk.
footy injury.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a.
Can
a
I
bit-
have one? Thank
a Foster's light glass for Roz.
you. Foster's light glass for Roz.
Yeah, you hold on to that. And I'll take
Grazie,
this one.
prego.
Now, Albarino, beautiful variety. There is some of it
Albarino.
grown outside of Spain, but Spain really are the country that do an incredible
We'll drink
job
this
with
later,
it.
Los Caracoles. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I
Great.
brought some for the band.
He knows how to keep a band
yeah,
happy.
so please have a taste, Rosie. Salud.
Salud.
Now, drops of the sea.
It tastes like the freshness of the sea.
The freshness of the sea. It's actually a little bit coastal.
It's a bit coastal,
Where it's from is coastal, which is really important because just
Yeah.
on the very back
fresh.
palate, and I'm going to get all whiny now.
No, get whiny.
But on the very back palate, there's a little tiny hint of saltiness, and on the sides of your tongue. I'm getting it now. Yeah, absolutely, and that just comes from sea breezes.
Have another taste.
Gently
Hang on.
caressing the Albarino grapes. Beautiful variety.
Oh, that'd be really nice
a
with,
really lovely
with
drink.
a cheese platter.
With a cheese platter, some calamaris.
Ooh!
Some olives.
Can we have that?
Just any time. Yeah.
Can we have it?
time?
Now.
Now.
Not now.
Yep.
It's soon.
Yeah,
maybe
about
10,
that.
15
It's a bit like the
minutes.
opera. I'll get back to you on that one.
About
Yeah,
that.
I'll get back to you on that one. So.
When you're warm.
When I'm warm. Yeah.
No, that is
absolutely.
beautiful. And by goodness golly gosh, that bottle is something to
Isn't it
behold.
something?
You know,
Yeah,
when we
it really
finish
is.
that, you want to put that in your window. Oh, window of
Yeah.
your new house,
Oh,
which I just
this one?
bought.
Yeah. just
Window of the
beautiful.
new house I just
Window
bought.
of the new house that Ros just bought.
That's correct. It's
we can
going
stick a
straight to-
candle in this, Rosie, and go all old school. We can see in that light that beautiful blue colour of it. So sorry,
Darling,
James
leave
Whitehead, but
the light on for
this wine broke all
me.
the rules about the blue bottles.
Yeah,
I'm quite
no,
happy with this one.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend this. So if you want to grab a... I don't even like white wine, but by golly, I like that one. What? Oh, there's more!
Yeah, you hang on to this while I have to pull out my my.
You have to pull out your...
Okay,
your red
so now
wine.
let's go here again, if I may say.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Hang
This
on.
is
We're going.
Spain's national red wine, and this is a Tempranillo.
Tempranillo.
Tempranillo, and this is Capa. Is the brand, and it's a single vineyard Tempranillo. Now it's called Capa, and I love a story. You know, in my industry, people blah 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 blah. Oh, it's oak and blah blah blah, whatever. But I love a good story.
It's a sexy bottle too.
It is a sexy bottle. Now the reason for the name Capa is because the region where it's from, which is basically sort of bang between Madrid and Valencia. So it's kind of right in the guts of Spain.
Yeah.
It tends to get a little bit cold. So
And hot,
when it
but-
gets frosty and hot too, but
Hot
during
and
winter,
cold. Yeah.
it tends to get a little bit cold. So what they do is throw out essentially thin blankets over the vines to protect them. And the name for a blanket in Spanish is a capa. A very, very thin capa. So like a
Capa.
little hat, if you
Oh,
like.
that's
so,
what I put on
And
Pebbles
hence the
when
name.
she's
Hence
cold.
the name capa.
Pebbles gets a little cuppa.
A little cuppa, just a
little
little thin
cuppa,
blanket, and
little
I'm going to
thin
do this
blankie.
again. And I'm being very mindful of Segundo's guitar
You've
down
got to
there.
look after your vines.
You do.
You can't let them get too cold or too what.
school with this one.
Come on, look, check it out. Boom. Nothing? You got it? You got this, Mick? I got it, Mick? No. Well, he's got it. Oh. And he didn't break it. If that was me, I would have corked that
Not a
stupid
chance.
thing.
Not
I
a
tell you
chance. Here,
right
let's
now.
have a look.
What do you got? What do you
Yeah,
got?
let's go here.
Hang on. Un momento, espera. Oh, that's even better after a minute.
Tempranillo,
Tempranillo. Oh, look at that colour with the Foster's glass.
So it is.
What's Foster's? I don't know. What's it?
Tempranillo has grown pretty much around the world. We do grow a fair bit of it here in Australia. Really good red for North Queensland.
Yeah.
Because you notice it's a little bit frosty in the bottle. I have cooled it down a little bit.
It's good.
Because, you know, it does get quite warm here in North Queensland. And, you know, optimum serving temperature for wine is around red wine, around 16, 18 degrees.
is
So
not
don't be afraid. Yeah, don't
true.
be afraid to chuck it in the fridge.
You don't put
Cool
ice
it down.
cubes in it, but eh?
You can if you like.
Well, my
Or as a
girlfriend
friend of
Deb
mine used to
does.
say, which was kind of like, not really, she used to say, if you like.
If you
if you like.
If you like.
But this
Which
is
means don't do it.
Yeah, do what you like, but I don't approve. If you like, yeah. So this is the Capa Tempranillo. Salud. Cheers.
See, that is smooth.
Smooth as
That is
silk.
Smooth.
Smooth
I
as a
feel like
silk
I'm-
cuppa.
I feel like I'm sliding down a slip and slide on a sunny December afternoon. Broken knee.
With a
Break my other
broken
knee.
With a second broken knee.
Second broken knee. But I'll have some more of that. I'll be right.
Yeah, as I
It's
said,
smooth.
wine can be very useful, and
It's
sometimes when
light.
you're in pain, it does help. Yeah, Tempranillo, it's
Smooth
not
and light.
it's not. If you like a big gutsy Barossa Shiraz or something like that, this is not the wine for you. If you
very
like something a little bit lighter and a bit more savoury, a little bit more food friendly, a wine
Well,
like a Tempranillo.
I was
going to
say, that one. Sam's got his hand up. That's
Sam's
him.
got his hand up.
Sam's got his hand
Yeah,
up.
which means you're not getting off the stage with that bottle.
You're not getting out of the studio or the kitchen with that one. Oh, Frank, what would we do without you?
Just judging by what's on the benches out there, you'd be drinking a lot more bourbon. I think. Just
A lot more
bourbon
thank God
and beer.
we're not. Thank
And,
God we're not.
Yeah, thank God we're not.
It has
Indeed.
been. It's always an utter pleasure having you in our venue.
It's always
in
an
our
honour
kitchen.
to
You
be
are such a
here.
big part
And
of the kitchen
I can't
sessions.
believe we're 19 years old. 19 weeks old. 19
Well, it
weeks
feels
old.
like 19 years. We are 19
And
years.
I've
In
just-
dog years.
In dog years.
If we were dogs,
Yeah.
like Trumpy,
Trumpy.
we would be 19 by 7, which is considerably old.
Yeah, a lot older, and I need a little more Tempranillo to work.
We are
that
not
one out.
going
Yeah,
anywhere.
not anywhere. And just the caliber of artists that you're bringing forward, Ros, is
The
just
diversity.
The diversity of it. I mean, I've seen these guys play many times, and it's
Yeah.
always such a privilege to see them play.
Well, that's the beauty of this kitchen is that we sit really, really close and we get it all in our faces.
We
and
do.
it's so different to a gig with 300 people in it. So
It is.
I don't.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
a lot
It's
more
not
intimate,
worse. It's
yeah.
not different. It's just different, and it's
yeah.
great.
I feel like walking when Karen lets me in the backstage. I feel like going, yes, I have a booking for the whole theatre. Do you do it, Karen? I booked the whole
150
theatre.
seats,
Yes,
darling.
that's right. Yes,
Well, you
I have
know,
my usual seat over there.
You can
Thank
do that now. You can book a whole restaurant out. You can book a whole theatre out because you know what? I got a whole theatre waiting to be booked. So it's your show.
I'll bring booze.
Bring it.
I'll bring wine.
Oh, there it is. Oh, the seats. The
There it is.
seats.
Out there. That's my seat. Yep.
And while we're here,
booked
thanks
the
to the
whole
Rondo.
theatre.
Thanks to the Rondo for having
Thank you,
us
Rondo.
because you know, without you, we wouldn't be here.
And thank you to your amazing team.
Aren't they
It's
amazing?
always such great fun coming in here and
Thank you, Frank.
drinking wine on a
On
Saturday,
a Saturday
night.
night, what's better to do?
It's a good gig.
You know what we
It's a
should
really
do is
good
we
gig.
should get the band back together.
Let's get the
Where's
band back
the band?
together.
Are the band ready to come back for a couple of tracks?
Let's get the band back.
La
on.
la 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 la. Here they come.
All right, I'm out of here.
You're out of
Thank you.
here. Do you want to all have a little tipple of wine while you're coming back here? Oh, Frank. And if you want to taste any of these amazing wines, wine in the blue bottle and the Tempranillo, which Sam's going to take a carton home later on, please email us or find us on the kitchen sessions or email Frank at thewinetraditionnq.com.au. We'll throw that up in the comments. Also, thanks to all of you who have donated. Your names are all in the comments, and we thank you so much for your support of this project, of our kitchen, of all bands, of all 18 bands gone before us, and of all the bands going again ahead of us. So here they are. They're back in the kitchen. Hey, Angela, how are you going? How are you feeling about playing in a little kitchen in a studio? What's going on for you in your mind?
Feeling really well, but I'm thinking about that wine that we were promised.
Yeah. We'll get you a little glass of that. I'll make sure I get that sorted during the next song because that's my job.
I just want to take the opportunity to thank all this wonderful recording team here. They're so cool and calm and professional. It's really nice.
They really are.
They make us feel comfortable.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
big thanks to the stream team. Yep. The Kitchen Sessions stream team. Ding! They are the dream team, and they have been working so hard for 19 weeks. So yeah, I'm the lucky person who gets to be on the camera, but they're the people doing all the hard work, like you guys doing all the hard work. What have we got?
We've got Tango Man now. It's
I can't wait.
again. It's written about a friend who went to Argentina, and she met a guitarist who said that he was wanting to compose songs on his guitar about the environment.
I tell you, those guitarists, trouble in the kitchen. Let's hear it.
Your dancing hand reminds me of the sunbird's flight, of Brolgus prancing in the afternoon's bright light. Your smooth guitar reminds me of the melody of the wind's happy laughing whistle through the trees. Tus manos bailan como el pajarito que en su melodía hasta el atardecer. Suave guitarra tuya me hace recordar del viento alegre silbando en el bosque austral. Tango man, come meet me in my tropical garden. Tango man, we'll write the finest symphonies of the forest. Tango man, your dancing hand reminds me of birds' flight. Tango man, we'll meet beneath the Southern Cross's guiding light. The song of rain on my tin roof soothes my mind, fills each and every lonely crevice in my soul. We share the Southern Cross's vigilance at night, the great Pacific sparkling jewels at morning light. El canto lluvia en mi techo me consuela, el alma me llena al vacío del corazón. De noche nos vigila bien la Cruz del Sur, el gran Pacífico nos besa cada día. Tango man, come meet me in my tropical garden. Tango man, we'll write the finest symphonies of the forest. Tango man, your dancing hand reminds me of birds' flight. Tango man, we'll meet beneath the Southern Cross's guiding light. Tango man, ven a encontrarme en mi jardín tropical. Tango man, escribiremos sinfonías del bosque austral. Tango man, tus manos bailan como el pájaro al volar. Tango man, bajo la luz de la Cruz del Sur te voy a encontrar. Tango man. The next one is Song for the Mothers. So we're kind of all, some of us about the age where we've lost our mothers now. So it's a song dedicated to all the mamas, and it's saying, oh, Mum, I wish you were here.
Quisiera que mi madre estuviera aquí, cámara. Quisiera la bondad que ella me da, cámara. Quisiera que mi madre estuviera aquí, cámara. Quisiera la bondad que ella me da, cámara. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien consuela el dolor. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien quien consuela el dolor. Mi madre se fue al descanso a la eternidad, cámara. La añoramos mis hermanos y mi hermana, cámara. Mi madre se fue al descanso a la eternidad, cámara. La añoramos mis hermanos y mi hermana, cámara. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien consuela el dolor. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien consuela el dolor. ¡Ole, ole! Quisiera que mi madre estuviera aquí, cámara. Quisiera la bondad que ella me da, cámara. Quisiera que mi madre estuviera aquí, cámara. Quisiera la bondad que ella me da, cámara. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien consuela el dolor. Flores del jardín a su corazón, para quien consuela el dolor. Thank you.
I was just thinking, what are these amazing instruments you've got here, Angela? Tell us about these percussion instruments. That's just castanets, yes? Well, not just, never just. They're beautiful. What is this? This is catching my eye, this kind of fish grater, what is it called?
It's a weirdo.
A weirdo.
G-U-I-R-O.
G-U-I, a weirdo.
Weirdo.
And can you just do a little bit of tuka? The husband of the widow. Sounds good to me.
They call it a fish in English.
They do, right? It's I thought so. It's such a
But you
it's such an important sound, isn't it, for what you're doing?
But you can get a wooden one as well. The wooden ones are really nice. We haven't found one. If anyone's got a wooden one that they want,
If you've got a wooden
give
weirdo.
us, give us, sell us. Yep.
That could be rude. Karen T-shirt, wooden weirdo, please. Now we're going to go straight to Spain, which is a fantastic opportunity to drink a little bit of that lovely capa, little blanket that Frank showed us earlier. As I said earlier, we went to Port Douglas. I was awful. It's just awful going to Port Douglas. No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know, maybe I should move there because, we've been there. I've been there more times in the last 2 weeks than I've been to Port Douglas in like 2 years. But anyway, you need to know about this little tucked away jewel. Some of you probably do. Seabean, we're all going now. This place is filled with gastronomical delights, and this little tapas restaurant is directly inspired by Henry Johnston. He's the proprietor, he's the owner, by his travels, the good food, by sharing and by family. And it's unbeatable. So you know what? If I were you, Brisbane people, get on a plane, 2 hours, get off a plane, get in a car, 45 minutes, drive north with the best kind of scenery of the beautiful ocean and coast that you can possibly get out of the car, go to Seabean, order a plate of, what was it that we had with the things, Sam? What did we have? Paella! I don't know. And eat it. You're going to love it. This is Seabean and Henry Johnston. Hey, Henry.
Seabean Tappy Spa, located on the corner of Wharf and Warner Street in Port Douglas. I came up here originally in '89 and pre-university days working at the Sheraton, and then ended up preferring university, and I've grown up through hospitality, and it's one of my passions, and I just like living up here, so it has been a good combination of passion and lifestyle up here for us. So, the food's great. There's a lot of variety. We kind of aim for small snacky things up to your payers. It's all about the flavour, quality, local produce, and serving in a fairly relaxed atmosphere that anyone can enjoy. I've got a great crew. The kitchen have been with me for quite a few years now, and they've been doing a fantastic job. We've got a great team behind the bar, on the floor. They're very lucky to have such a good team. After all the COVID disasters, we've maintained the same staff that we had beforehand, so it's been a bit of a good. Yeah. I've removed my bar tables from the side deck because they just didn't work as far as social distancing went, and we're just going for a more of a formal sit-down approach at the moment. We have had to lose probably about 25 to 30 covers out of the restaurant compared to what we would normally sit, but with the reduced staff, it's actually working quite well, and I actually can't complain. Things have been fairly busy with all considerations taken into account, so I'm quite happy with the numbers we've been doing. Wharf Street over the last few years has become a bigger concentration of restaurants opening, so it is now the kind of foodie kind of end of town with Wharf Street. There's a great selection of restaurants that can't really go wrong with any of them up this whole street. At the moment we're opening 5 days, so from Thursday through to Monday we open at 5 p.m. On Sunday we do it offer lunch between 12 and 3 as well, so the bar will stay open all afternoon. Kind of all-day service, just on 5 days at the moment between Thursday and Sunday. But as far as the why we're doing tapas and what we're doing up here, when I was travelling, it was probably my favourite country that I visited. The food was amazing. There wasn't anything like that up here, and there hasn't been until when we first started. It was a point of difference. We did enjoy the food and the culture, and it's a style of dining that really suits the climate up here. So it's fairly eclectic. It's all about sharing. It's not about ordering for yourself, and it just kind of helps to enhance a lot of your dining experience. You can make it a little bit more interactive, and sharing is a great way of doing that. The coconut catalana, so it's a bit of a twist on the traditional crema catalana. We're doing that in a half-count coconut. We've had that on the menu for years. It's our signature this year. Have you had one yet?
I think Chef was prepping one.
Oh, is it?
Maybe,
Yeah.
Check that out, because that's quite a good dessert. The presentation of it's fantastic. We get that locally off one of our favourite locals, Coconut Rodney.
you jealous of my life? Yes, you are. I'm jealous of my life. Ting! The stream team. So that was C-Band. Thanks for having us. And we'll be up there again very soon. And I'm going to stay 3 nights. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Can I bring my dog? Trumpy. So, if you have donated, thank you so much. It is not necessary, but it means the world to us. If you have donated, your name is in the credits. They're in the stream, the feed of our Facebook page. Thank you so much. If you haven't, don't panic. Don't worry about it. There's next week, but we appreciate it if you do. Thank you. So, what have we got? We've got a couple of songs left. What a night. It's been exciting. There's been drama. There's been love. There's been wine. It's just great fashion. What do you think?
It's been great.
It's been great.
Again, we're very grateful to the team and and thank you for inviting us.
Oh my gosh, it's such a pleasure. It's such a pleasure to show the diversity of what we've got in North Queensland. You know, when we first started, and we often say this, when we first started, we would never have believed that we would be going 19 weeks on with different bands, different artists, different visual artists, different restaurants. It just keeps going. You know, the talent in this region, it's all there.
It
It's
is
just
there. Amazing.
And
how many-
we've got 4 more shows booked with amazing talent. So it's just
The diversity,
diversity. It's brilliant.
especially in this time.
Thank you for coming down from Mossman. That's where you
But
both
we
live.
came from Mossman,
Mossman.
and the others are from Cairns.
Well, thank you for doing that. Can't wait to hear your last 2 songs.
Okay, we also a special thank you to Nigel, who's had one rehearsal with us. He's never
Nigel!
seen us before in his life.
No. Nigel's been a massive, as I said earlier, a massive fan of
and
the
Nasser
kitchen sessions.
Salimi doesn't need any rehearsal
Nasser.
whatsoever. He
So
never
is-
rehearses. with us.
Nasser has played in the Buena Vista Social Club. Is that you? Which one?
Many things. Buena Vista, not really. But many other bands, yes.
I'm sure many other bands. I'm sure many other famous bands. But the most famous of them all is right here. Los Caracoles.
Los Caracoles.
Los Caracoles. Here we go. Let's hear it, you guys. Let's hear it. I'll remove my stool.
Okay, the next song is La Paloma, which is the dove. Okay, it features a lot in Latin songs. So it's the dove says, "Come back to my garden, dove. Don't be afraid, because it's a time of turmoil, probably maybe dictatorship, maybe a time when the dove is very afraid and flies away. So it says, come back to my garden, come back to my garden where we look forward to the future. Give me hope for the future and for peace and love." And the last song is The Adventurer, which is a song about a young person going back to his community, back to be with the elders, back to be with the warmth of his people. And there are some Mapuche words in there. Mapuche is one of the indigenous tribes of Chile that Segundo belongs to.
Se asustó la palomita y se voló. El silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Se asustó la palomita y se voló. El silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Palomita, ven sin miedo a dejar ir. Dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Palomita, ven sin miedo a dejar ir. Dale brillo la esperanza por venir. llamaron libertad, los poetas que soñaron con la paz, los poetas se llamaron libertad, los poetas que soñaron con la paz. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Se asustó la palomita y se voló, el silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Se asustó la palomita y se voló, el silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Se asustó la palomita y se voló, el silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Se asustó la palomita y se voló, el silencio de la tarde me embriagó. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir. Palomita, ven sin miedo a este jardín, dale brillo la esperanza por venir.
The adventurer. So please dance. We miss our audiences. We miss our audiences.
Yeah.
Dance. Dance at home.
Yes. Oh, let's do it.
All right.
Here we go. This is my new instrument.
I see. Maru,
The family.
Wario, Blooded,
Rio Taro.
Ryu. Te queremos. pasó ligero, tiempo de los chachai, tiempo de buena gente, ninguno como papay.
Tiempo pasó ligero, tiempo de los chachai, tiempo de buena gente, ninguna como papay.
Oye, hermanito,
Aquí viene tu compay, aquí viene con su tote, recordando los chachai.
oye, hermanito,
Aquí viene tu compay, aquí viene con su tote, recordando los chachai.
allí me espera mi pueblo que llevo en el corazón, allí me espera mi pueblo que me brinda su calor,
Allí me espera mi pueblo, que llevo en mi corazón.
allí me espera mi gente que me brinda su calor.
Oye, hermanito, aquí viene tu compay, aquí viene con su tote, recordando los chachai. Oye, hermanito, aquí viene tu compay, aquí viene con su tote, recordando los chachai. ¡Vamos, Rock! ¡Un aplauso para la voz!
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Oh
thank you,
my
thank you,
goodness
thank you.
gracious me! And what a band! What amazing people! Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Los Caracoles, what diversity and what strength and what beauty you bring to the kitchen tonight. Thank you so much. Where can we find you? We can find you on Facebook, Los Caracoles on Facebook. Can we find you on any other kind of platforms?
Yep.
We have a website.
He's the IT
Is it
guru.
loscaracoles.com.au? Loscaracoles.com.au, the Facebook, iTunes, Spotify, yeah, YouTube,
On Bandcamp, I think. I
Bandcamp,
think.
all these things. all
That's
these
what
things.
those young ones,
I
they do that. We don't
I don't know what's Bandcamp. Who knows? But you can TikTok. Are you guys on TikTok? I don't know. What's TikTok? We don't get TikTok in cans. Well, you can find this amazing band. Imagine putting on Los Caracoles at your next dinner party. That would be something that you should really, really do, and invite me and the stream team because we can bring the fun. Thank you to Los Caracoles and their amazing band. Angela, Segundo, Nigel, Nasser, Juan. Thank you so much. Please give these amazing humans a massive, massive clap. They are amazing. Thank you to Megan Card from the Crackerbox Palace. Henry and the team from Sea Bean Tapas Restaurant in Port Douglas. That was amazing. Of course, my big brother, Frank D'Angelico from the Wine Tradition, who is always there. Always. He's going to sing next week. He's going to sing next week. He's going to do some opera next week. So get ready for that. Oh, my goodness. We've got a big thanks to the Rondo and the entire committee for having us in this room, this beautiful room. Thanks to Sam Gibb. Thanks to Mick Allen. Thanks to Karen Engel, Paul Barton and Kristen Copson. And, of course, our brand new recruit to the Gorilla team, Show Asai. Everyone is just being dragged into this project. Oops, sorry, that's your glass. I'm just hanging on for dear life. I'm hanging on, my friends. We work hard to bring this insane hour and a half to you every week because we absolutely love it. Every time we think we can't do one more week, we do. We love it. We love you. We love you all for tuning in. Thanks, Mum. one, Mum. Thank you, Mum. I bought a house. We love you. My name is Ros Papalato, and you have been watching the Kitchen Sessions live from the Rondo Theatre Cairns. See you next week, same time, same channel, right here with the incredible Mal Power from the Torres Strait. He is amazing. Thank you to all of you guys. We're all humans from the planet Earth. We are all artists. We are all creatives. We love you. Same time next week. Over and out.